All right. Talk for me.
Yep, testing.
Okay, it's pulling it. Yeah. All right. Cool. So you already have your. Show me your. This is for Telos, right?
Yep.
So
100%
show
Telos.
me your loadout, so I can just double check it. You're maging.
Uh,
What are you doing? Magic?
I'm maging. Yeah. Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I have, or
Just load it though, so I can just see it.
my
All
have.
right. So the rest would be food. Get a ring on. And then I'm guessing the other EOF is hammer.
Yep. Oh no, that's not hammer. What? Uh, there's the hammer.
Okay, so get a main hand melee weapon as well.
Main hand. Okay. Um.
If you're gonna hammer it. If you're not gonna use hammer, then you got to use a nihil because you'll end up splashing.
Oh.
So
I can't.
if you're gonna hammer, you can use a ripper.
Okay. Am I? Am I saving InGen for something else then? I take it.
No, it'd only be for hammer. If
Oh.
you're not gonna use a hammer, we won't even bother using InGen. There's no need.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we would only use it on hammer or a SGB swap, but we don't need SGB because you have an FSOA.
Okay. Do do I need Wait, so do I still need the main hand for the hammer, or can I just use InGen?
Well, you have to have a main hand to cast the hammer ability. You have to
Oh,
have a
okay.
melee weapon because it's a melee
Gotcha.
ability.
Gotcha. Okay.
What enrage are we doing?
Um, that that's up to your suggestion. I haven't started, and I want to learn like the right way once, essentially.
Yeah, well, the only reason why I ask is the fight changes depending on the enrage, right? At 1,000%, the fight's a little bit different because of his freedom timers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, my goal with you, or rather just goal in general, I want to be able to climb up to 2449 camps.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's start at 150%,
Okay.
so we can practice breaking his freedom with ice rack because you can four tick.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Oh yeah, yeah. I also have that tectonic bottom with clear-headed 4 and
Yep.
turtling.
Okay. Good. Good.
So what is that primarily used for?
So that's for red golems, right? Because red golems stun you, and so
Yeah.
what you're gonna do is if when you're on P5, if you get a red golem spawn, you're gonna clear-headed four swap when you anticipate.
Gotcha.
So let's run 150%, do a kill, and I'll watch, and then I'll take some notes, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
I just want to see what you're gonna do, what you know how to do at the boss. Do you have like do you already know all his abilities?
His abilities?
Yes.
Yeah. Like the hold still invader, hold
Yeah, like do you know the order?
the order. I think I remember he starts with the uppercut.
So
Uh,
he'll start with tendrils. That's after
okay.
set. So phase one. Okay, I'll write it out for you. Phase one, he'll always start with tendrils after 7 autos,
Yeah.
and then he'll do after, and then from there on out, after 3 autos, it'll be the next ability. So phase one will be tendrils, uppercut, and then hold still invader. Right
Right.
now, depending on which one was his last special attack, that'll change what happens in the next phase. And auto attacks carry over from phase one to phase two. So, for example, if he tendrils you in phase one, and then he does 1 auto, 2 autos, and you phase him into phase two, he'll do
Yeah.
one more auto, and then he'll do a special. Now, from phase 2 to phase 3, it's reset. So he'll do 7 autos on phase 3, and then he'll do an ability. And then phase 4, it's reset. So he'll do 3 autos and then an ability. Well, let's just see what you do. I'd recommend using Quorum incense sticks and what familiar are you using?
Whatever you suggest.
Well, if you're gonna hammer, then use a Ripper. If you're not gonna hammer, then use a Nihil.
Okay. All right. Oh, did you wanted to check my my relics?
What do you have?
Uh, conservation of energy, death ward, and fury of the small.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Use an Insight Fear. Do you have that spell selected? Okay.
Whoops.
Cool. All right, let's see what you got.
Aura.
Maniacal, 100% of the time.
Okay.
Remember to before you ever stun lock him, always break his freedom with Ice Rack first.
All right. On. Shit. Whoop.
Don't worry about it. Just keep going.
Fuck. What? Oh yeah, yeah. Damn it.
Should adrenaline pot. So did you see how you splashed?
Yeah.
Because your hammer missed. Okay though. Yep, more splashing. Hey, you need to turn on your prayer right now. Your magic prayer. Just click on
Oh
it in your prayer
shit.
book. Click on it in your prayer book.
Okay.
Click it on your one time in your prayer book. It'll turn on automatically. See?
Oh.
So when you're in loading screens, you can select one prayer and turn it on or off. Might die here. Just see how far you can get. Kind of fucked up P1, but that's okay. You got black virus, so you got to clear it by getting the beam.
Oh fuck. I don't even have my. I don't even have my defender. Should probably get him out of the beam too.
It don't matter. You just break tendrils first, and then you can do it. He's gonna have a. You see his blue bar?
Yeah.
He's gonna have a really big magic onslaught. So you'll have to step in the black beam because he won't move now because he's onslaughting you. So
Okay.
you have to step in the beam. And when the color of the onslaught gets really dark, you see how it's getting darker. It's getting orange. It's gonna turn to
Yeah.
red soon. You probably
Yeah.
want to use devotion because it's gonna fucking hurt. Maybe not at
Oh,
this enrage, but like higher up for future reference.
right.
Okay. So Onslaught was his last ability, so his ability on P3 should be Virus after 7 autos. Don't worry about the yellow guys, just focus on Telos. You could stun lock him here. All right, 1 auto, 2 autos. Okay, now his auto attacks are reset because it's phase 4. So what you want to do is break his freedom and then immediately stun lock him. If you have to use Limitless, use Limitless.
Okay.
Got good adren.
Oh.
All right, so let's get all our stuff situated, our prayers, our
Yep.
quick binds and shit.
Okay.
So Telos is unique in the sense of he's a stunnable boss, right? And what you need to do when you're doing Telos is really take advantage of stun timing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically the most basic stun rotation is going to be Ice Rack to break his freedom, and then you can use a fix into a deep impact. So you would 2-hit a fix, don't because the last hit on a fix won't stun him. So you would 2-hit a fix, immediately deep impact, and then you haven't because deep impact is for what is it, 2 seconds, I think. It allows you to 4-tick your ice impact, so you can just get a longer stun duration.
Okay.
But if you impact, you don't have enough time on an impact stun to 4-tick your next ability. So it's always break freedom, two hit a fix, deep impact, and then 4-tick impact. That makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, then let me know and I'll re-explain it.
Oh, well, also the opener too. Didn't you? So you want? So I needed devotion into surge into a sunshine.
So you can surge and bladed dive on global cooldown, right? So what you could do is you devo, and while you're still in global cooldown, you would surge. So by the time you land, that global cooldown from devotion has finished, and you can immediately sunshine.
Okay.
If you're target cycling, you can actually target cycle Telos before he's even clickable. Thus, you can get off your first ability before he hits you. But I wouldn't worry about that. I would practice Devo, surging, and then just trying to sunshine right away.
Okay.
Surge. Almost. Okay, make sure you Vuln Bomb him. You gotta you have to drink your Adren pot. Otherwise, you won't be able to hammer.
Okay. Did it splash? Oh no, it didn't splash.
They hit him. Let's just get a stun lock. I want you to practice stun locking. I don't want you to let him keep hitting you. Just keep stun locking him. Okay, so you can 4-tick right here. I want you to ice Corruption Blast, okay?
Okay.
On drop. So when you see your barge icon on your buff bar, Ice Rack or Corruption. See it? Yeah, there you go. Then I want you to pull him out of the beam, and I want you to try to re-stun lock him. Probably gonna onslaught. No, he might walk. He's walking. Freedom and pray melee.
Oh, what the fuck?
Do another effect. Just practice stun locking him. Clear virus now. It's good reso though. Gotta give it to you. Adapted well to it. Ooh, we just wasted Omni. So I would not Omni there, right? Okay, I'm gonna write that down because that was a major hiccup. Alright, so let's just fucking break his freedom. Let's double bleed. Put your combust, put your corruption on him, get in the red beam, and then stun lock him again. Stun lock him. Nope, nope. Bladed dive in the beam. Bladed dive into the beam right now. Ugh.
Oh,
Just get in the beam. Get in the beam. Get in the beam. Get in the beam. He might explode. Walk back further.
oh, I'm dead.
Be dead. All right. Okay, so bladed dive in the beam.
Sorry, I'm not used. Yeah, I'm so used to dive, so I just forgotten that.
Bladed
that
dive. I don't care which one it is. I use dive, but
Yeah.
I just say bladed dive.
Yeah.
So this boss, I can tell your reaction, because you're reacting right now. You're pretty much reacting to the boss. You're not proactive yet, and that's fine because you're learning it.
Yeah.
You're really slow, right? So like you're
Right.
really slow to react. So when he, for example, watching you, when he holds still on you, you're slow to freedom and you're slow to get out of there. So immediately, as soon as you notice that you're stunned, you need to immediately freedom and try to surge. If he does the hold still on you, if you screw it up. And what you're doing right now, you're just like you're too relaxed, you're too slow. I need you to amp yourself up. I need you to have faster hands.
Okay.
We need to do 3 things in one game tick. We need to do 4 things in one game tick. Switching abilities, throwing vuln bombs, making sure we just got to get faster. So phase 1, don't forget, we're gonna go in, practice your Devo, Surge, Sunshine, and I want you to, as soon as you land in Sunshine, I want you to drink your adrenaline pot this time around.
Okay. Okay.
Because we got to get that down. We got to get that muscle memory of doing this over and over down. Surge. There you go. Adrenaline pot. Adrenaline pot. That was good. You splashed. You didn't InGen.
Oh, shit.
I want you to. You have a macro mouse. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just macro my hammer. It's too difficult. Build a macro and macro it, and then I want you to stun lock them. Still have impact you haven't used. You still have deep impact.
Oh.
Okay. That's 2 autos. You don't phase them. Yeah. So freedom and move.
Shit. Get.
Hey, good job. Good job on the Devo Sunshine. That's exactly how you have to do it. Okay? So just do that again. That was good. You did it. It only took you like 3 tries.
Yeah. Let me get that. Yeah. Let me get deep impact in and stuff. It's not.
It's it's that one. Yeah.
I'm not using magma. Okay.
All right, so yep. Wrong familiar.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah, so let's do that again. Let's practice P1 again. Let's get in there. We'll Devo Surge Sunshine and immediately A pot. And get your Vuln Bomb out too.
Okay.
Like that all needs to happen like within one game tick, right? So the
Right.
Sunshine, the A pot, the Vuln Bomb, and you can actually, you know, I don't want to make it too difficult, but you can have your Vuln Bomb throwing while you're surging.
Okay.
But that's up to you to try it. But if you don't do it like that, you have to do all of those things within like half a game tick, right? So as soon as you land Sunshine, you have to do all that stuff very quickly. Yeah. Good. A pot. Hammer. Good. Now break his freedom. Good. Now just stun lock him. Just practice stun locking him. Deep impact, deep impact, deep impact. See how he hits you? Because you got a 2 hit the effect. Chain it.
So what do I do if everything's on cooldown? Oh, well, yeah, like all the stunts are on cooldown.
Well, the rotate, like the phase should be over. So eventually you'll get to the
Okay.
point where you do the phase correctly and it's over. And then
Okay.
all of them are up. So when you see your barge icon, I want you to ice corruption blast. There you go. Now revuln the boss. Freedom. There you go. At least we're moving. That's good. Now let's just practice. Make sure Freedom's already broken, so let's just stun lock him. Only 2 hit effects. Don't chain the whole thing like that.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just doing what
Okay.
you taught me to. Wait, do what you taught me to do.
I want you to 2 hit effects though. You're 3 hitting it.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed the virus on you or not, but he's gonna tendrils. Okay. All right. So again, when you see your barge icon, I want you to. Do you have blood barrage or no? If not, just
Yeah, I have blood barrage.
then blood barrage, corruption.
Okay.
Practice hitting him before he's hits you. Okay, bladed dive in the beam. You just blast them back to 911. So you need to dump your adrenaline. Okay. Dump
Just go on a complete dump.
Well, I mean, he's gonna sap your adrenaline, right? So
Okay.
sitting, you're sitting at probably 70% adrenaline, and you use 2 basic abilities. You use G-Conk and then D-Breath. Right? There's no need, because if you don't throw off your thresholds or your Omni, he's gonna, at a higher rage, he's just gonna sap all of your adrenaline, and then now you're just fucked.
Okay.
So that's something we need to work on. Is if you have high adrenaline in phase 3, you need to unload on them. What you want to do in phase 3 for the actual rotation is when you land, you want to blood barrage Sonic. Then you want to meta and then double bleed him, D-breath, bladed dive into the red beam, and if you ice rack with meta and a red beam, you'll hit like 30,000 damage. You'll hit 16k. But we're just practicing trying to make it through. Stun locking every phase. That's really what I want you to practice. Get used to that, and then fine tune things.
Oh, what the hell? Why is that my dark bow? We'll figure that.
But yeah, you want a G staff.
Yeah, I was just checking for that. Good thing I caught it.
Low, but that's okay. Adrenaline pop. Yep.
Shit, that was too long.
Okay. When it says 2 on your buff bar, when effect says 2, that's when you use another ability. All right, remember your barge icon. Look for your barge icon and then 4 tick ice corruption. Gonna hold still, so let's just get ready for an anticipate. Right, melee and move. your virus?
Wait, I was supposed to blood barrage, right?
Yeah, because we don't want him to get stuck, but it's fine. Bladed dive. And let's get a big G staff before the phase ends, because we don't want to splash in phase 4.
Right.
No, we don't want a tendrils here. It's better to stun lock them, but normally you wouldn't have enough Adrenda tendrils. That's okay though.
Okay.
All right, so we want a Vuln Bomb on drop as well. An Ice Rack, break his freedom. That red golem might stun you.
Oh,
Pray melee for me, please. It's fucking hurting me.
okay.
Because you don't want to get in the habit of letting these fucking golems beat on you. Anticipate if you have it up. Now this is where you would normally Omni Telos. We'll go through this again. I'll save some time at the end that we go through this. But you made it to phase 4, so we're making progress. Do it again.
Okay. And then also I'm gonna change out some other.
Alright, so remember, when you affix, you're only gonna let it hit twice, and then you're gonna deep impact. I don't think I've seen you do it once yet. So affix, let it 2 hit, and then deep impact.
Okay.
Very good. Adrenaline pop though. Like right when you stun, you need a adren pop.
Fuck. Oh shit. Damn it. That
Okay.
probably splat. Oh.
You're good. And after he tendrils, practice stun lock. Oh, it's too late. It's okay. It's okay. I'll take it. Stun lock him again. All right. Impact. Deep impact. Good. Okay, so he's at 0 autos done, and he's going to do 3, and then he's going to hold still. So on the second auto, I want you to anticipate, and then pray melee so he doesn't whack you. Remember, when you see your barge icon, that's when you use your abilities. 1. Anticipate. Pray melee. Pray melee. Move. And then eventually you'll get to the point where you res it, but that was much better than it was your first kill. Good job. You can stun.
Right.
You can stun him.
Okay.
Keep stunning him. And clear virus.
Should I try to get him out of the beam if I can?
No, I think it's better that you just clear your virus and then worry about moving him later.
Alright.
Right, priorities would be clearing your virus instead of moving him, always, if you get it. Let's just stay alive. Let's just survive. Let's see if we can progress a little bit. Great magic. Okay, let's get a Vuln Bomb and let's get a Fat G Staff too. Go. If you can stun him, stun him. Won't hurt. Surge into the beam. Surge into the beam. Very good.
Oops.
Stun him. Actually block the beam now. That's priority. Yep. And then you can stun him. See how he sapped you? Turn your prayers on. Yep, very good. Okay, we're gonna need to do a Vuln Bomb on drop because he's not vuln.
Should I be like having my staff on for the 4-tick as well?
That's how you 4-tick.
But like before the phase ends, what I mean.
Oh no, I usually go into phase 4 with dual wields.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I want more stun locking, but that's okay. Alright. Okay, target the golems. Just target the golems. You don't need to move. The red guy's not on you. Okay, target Telos now. And then ice wild magic. Go. Go. And I want you to stun him. We don't want him to auto you in between phases. Okay, just heal up, just eat up, and then get in the red font. And we'll chuck and anticipate. Can't bladed dive onto the font because you'll hit it, you'll target it. Kill the red guy, so he's out of our face. Heal up and target Telos. And then I want you to stun lock him. Great magic. And then impact or deep impact. Very good. Now get to the last font. Great melee. Put your defender on. I want you to try to get a rezo. You need to get some healing done. And Excalibur if you can. Are your bruise key bound?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, damn it! Nope. Damn it! So I haven't set the regular bruise, not the super. Okay.
Yeah, put the supers on then. I was wondering why you weren't using them, like you weren't sipping them.
There.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta get.
What are you thinking? What do you feel like you have issues with?
I guess just the rotation and just well, obviously I'm still learning, but the reaction time, I guess, like obviously, when I do a different fight, man, like, you obviously know I could react to that because I already know what to do. But right now I'm just trying to get that muscle memory down, just trying to get that like reaction down. I feel really confident though. I feel very confident. By the way, would you recommend sailfish? Just basic.
I don't care. Yeah, whatever food you want to do. If you're Dr. Warbucks and use the best food you want, if you want to save money, you can use sailfish. It don't matter. Okay. Just nothing, no blubbers or anything, because I just need actual food to heal you.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, no, like I'm not. You know what's funny? It's like, dude, like in the past, man, like when I watched you do it, I was like kind of scared, I guess. But now with like my newfound knowledge and stuff, I feel really confident.
Yeah. Oh, what were you asked? Oh, okay. Yeah. So dropping into phase. So whenever I drop into phase 2, I always try to make sure I have dual wields on, so I can ice corruption and I can put on my staff and I can chain the stun lock. Dropping into phase 3, I leave my staff on so I can blood barrage Sonic, and then dropping into phase 4 and phase 4 I use dual wields, and dropping into phase 5, I use the staff. Back to your question that you had mid-kill that I didn't fully answer.
Okay. So wait, so I can four tick with what I can corruption blast four tick with dual wields on?
Well, you gotta remember that there's so much, so you're still considered in combat during the loading screens, right? So what happens is enough game ticks pass to where you're allowed to auto and use an ability. So it's not really four ticking; it's just using an auto plus an ability.
Gotcha.
I'm
Okay,
just calling it four tick. It's not by nature. It's not four tick.
okay, that's what I thought. I was so basically I can get away with it. Okay, all right. So P3 is when I want to
Have your staff, yeah, staff, blood, sonic.
Staff, blood, sonic. Okay.
And the reason why we're using blood and not ice on phase 3 is because we don't want him to get stuck, because we want to be able to move him in and around the red beam. That's why. That's the reason why. Everything else you can ice and use an ability that's fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
Your overload on?
Yep.
Okay.
But books on. All right. Oh, damn it.
Fine. It's fine. Takes practice. You're not going to get it in 20 tries, maybe 50.
Did I not?
No InGen? Or you did InGen. Why'd you miss?
Yeah, I fucked up.
We'll watch it. We'll watch it back. What time? 37.
So stun. Yeah, I want to work on stunning him. Oh,
You probably want to G staff him because your hammer missed, so G staff would be important. That's 2 autos, 3 autos. If you don't phase him, he's gonna hold still. Yep. Okay, it counted. That's fine. I think his ability is tendrils because you had to hold still. So I think it's tendrils.
yeah.
Blast him. And then you can move him out of the beam. His onslaught's gonna hurt because he has a big old charge. You'll just have to devotion it. Great magic. When the beam switches, we're gonna block the beam. You probably devotioned a little too early, so you might have to debilitate. I don't. He doesn't actually hit that hard. Okay, that's 1. 2. Anticipate. Pray melee. Move. Okay. Pray magic since you're so far away. Okay, better.
Oh wait, I wanted to have my staff on.
You can switch your staff once you land. You can switch it and then blood sonic. If you're fast, you got to be really fast though. Pray magic. You need to drink some prayer because he's gonna sap you and he'll probably drain your prayer at that level. Get a big G staff off too, since you have adrenaline. Phase 4, we want to be able to G staff him. Not blocking the beam. Okay, alright. Now let's stun lock him. I don't want him to use a special. Just survive. Just survive. Kill the red guy if you can. Okay, target Telos. And then I want you to stun lock him as he pops up. Keeps unlocking him. Very good. Deep impact, deep impact, deep impact. Slow. It's okay. Pray melee. Do your surge.
Oh. Ow.
Okay. Get a red beam or red font. Sorry. Okay, kill the red guy, and just so we don't have to worry about him. Disenrage.
Right.
Target Telos. Unlock him as he pops out. Alright, let's do one more kill and then we're just gonna go over some review stuff.
Okay.
So the goal would be to not have so much power on phase 4.
Okay.
So pause for a second.
Yep.
Okay, just right click the floor. Now right click the floor. So you know how when you surge your mouse is going to move with you across the screen? This will prevent, even though your mouse will technically move where you're right clicking, you'll throw it there.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so you'll Devo, Surge, Sunshine, and throw it, and you'll just throw it right there still.
Okay.
See that?
Yep.
Amulet. Good. Zero autos. I don't think he auto do, right?
He auto me once, I
Okay,
think.
so he's gonna do one auto and then you'll anticipate.
Okay.
Remember, look for your barge icon. One. Right melee. Oh, you were wrong. It's okay. Just move, move. Sunlock him. Deep impact, deep impact, deep impact, deep impact.
Uh,
Do your virus. Let's get a G staff and a Vuln bomb. You could stun lock again. Alright, let's do it.
oh, fuck.
Okay.
Damn it.
It's okay. Not the end of the world. Team, good. Magic. And just unlock them. A little late on that deep impact, but that's okay. We'll get there. Freedom. freedom and move. Oh, you died. All right, so let's go ahead and I will pull up what we just did, and then we will go over it with a.
Okay.
All right, let me my screen. Okay, you can see it.
Yep.
So go to. Let's just skip this first kill entirely because it was just fucked up from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's one auto, right? So we either hit him before or at the same time. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, if you hit him at the same time, you need to be able to line up your abilities with his tendrils, okay? Because we're going to want to break it. Now, I think you can use wild magic up to like 1k in range. Maybe,
Okay.
right? Because I think at this in range, it was like deal like 4,000 damage or something like that, right?
Right.
So, but what we can do is if you have target cycle on a button, when you surge, you can target cycle him right there. You can't actually hit him, but do you see how he's like halfway standing up? This is
Yeah.
actually a really bad color. Hold on. He's like halfway standing up. You can actually target cycle and hit him before he's even clickable. So then now you're one ability ahead. And that's where you want to be, right? That's where you want to get. You want to be able to hit him before he actually hits you. Right? So one, he hits you. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now I do question this because I've seen it multiple times now. You use a basic and then rack. Why? Why do you
Don't
do
know
that?
what. Don't know what I should be. Well, what I should be prioritizing to just phase. Well, to phase him, I guess.
Okay. So from here on out, I only at this boss, I only ever want you to ice rack. That's it. Or
Okay.
blood rack, right? If you're actually following the real rotation, you would blood rack sometimes.
Okay.
But the only time you blood rack instead of ice rack is if he's already stunned, because then rack is enhanced.
Okay.
But I don't ever want you to use it isolated like this, because it's
Okay.
really way. So you're gonna follow the right way, right? You're gonna sun, deep breath, and then you'll hammer. Okay?
Okay.
Because if you drink your adrenaline pot, this is all it takes to be able to hammer. Now, what I have not seen you utilize is, do you know what combust does?
Yeah. When you does like 2x, 3x damage when they walk.
Yeah, so we need to utilize that with this boss because we do a lot of movement with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
We try to manipulate him a lot, so using combust and actually walking him is going to be super beneficial. So we do that in P1 as well. You combust walk him. After you combust walk him, you need to break his freedom, so you need to ice rack. Okay, so once you ice rack, this is where we stun lock. So you'll affix. You're only going to 2-hit it, which I haven't seen you do it successfully yet. So it's going to hit, and then when your buff bar icon says 2, you're going to deep, all with dual wields, okay?
Yeah.
And then you're going to 2H, and you're going to ice or blood, depending on if you're following the real rotation. So ice, blood, impact. And he will stay frozen this whole duration. He'll stay stunned this whole duration. If you let the third hit go off, you fucked yourself because he will auto you.
Okay.
Get a macro. Just macro it. Build a macro so you click one button and it does your hammer for you, so you don't have to worry about it because it's slowing you down.
So wait, the macro will put on the whip and put on the amulet at the same time and whatnot.
I mean, whatever you want it to do, right? My macro, it clicks InGen,
Okay.
it does an AMI swap,
Okay.
and then it does a hammer, and that's it. And then I have to put my own staff on, but that's my macro.
Okay.
It's gonna save you a lot of time. Yeah. Again, here we're sitting on wild magic. We're sitting on a fix, and I've seen this trend pop up a few times with you. Is where you have a fuckload of adren, but you don't actually use any abilities.
I'm trying to. Well, I'm. I'm trying to save it. Well, for future tendrils, like like in the higher enrages, but
You only get if you at a higher enrages, you will only ever let yourself get a tendrils one time.
Okay.
It should not happen. It shouldn't happen again. Here, you can hit them right here. And you know how I know that? Because you're barged. You can literally ice. You can throw an ability right here. He's not even on the ground. You can hit him right here. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I want you to practice doing. Now remember, this boss, dude. If phase 1 is fucked up, guess what's fucked up after that?
All
Phase
the other
2.
phases.
Guess what's fucked up after that? After that.
3.
And guess what's fucked up after that?
4.
It will literally snowball you. If I get a fucked up P1 by mistake, if I literally screw something up, you know what I do? I just die. It's not worth it, right? At a higher enrage. Now, if you're doing like a 200 kill streak or something, yeah, you're not gonna quit. But melee, right? We should see. This is what. Remember when I mentioned when we were first doing it, I said you're slow to react.
Yeah.
You know what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
I should see this glow with freedom. You should be spamming the fuck out of it, and then pray melee, and like getting the fuck out, right?
Right.
You should be spamming freedom. Are you a you click an ability one time kind of guy? You probably are, huh?
No, I like. No, I can. I'm trying. I'm trying to break that habit because it's been screwing me over actually.
Yeah, there's two kind of gamers in this world. There's you click the ability one time, and then there's the I know what I have to do, so I'm going to click the ability 40 times.
Yeah.
So you never miss a beat. And you can always remember how I said you could surge in freedom, so you could have freedom and then immediately surge right there.
Right.
Okay, we're dead here. Do another kill. This is good, but I should have seen APOD immediately. Right? This was good. This was really good. But you should have already APODed. It needs to become second nature, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. So why did you tsunami here? Were you just trying to phase them?
No, I was trying to follow your example because use tsunami omni power to break tendrils.
Yeah.
So
So the only reason why that works is because I'm following a set rotation and the timing is everything. Okay. So what I'm going to recommend is this from here on out. Now, one, right, this is our first time doing this on Telos, and we're just chilling at 150%. And I'm just trying to have you, like, just get used to it, right? Get used to his movement. Get used to the little things, like watching your barge, timer, like stuff like that. But if you want to replicate something, then you have to follow it exactly. Okay? You can't. I have another guy that I was helping do Telos, and he would half-ass follow rotations and then say the rotation doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work because you're not following it the right way. You're not following it to the fullest. You're like
Right.
mixing in your own shit and then doing your own thing. After you've done a couple thousand kills, yeah, you could start doing that. You'll start improvising certain things, but the core, right? The core of P1, the core rotation is to simply phase him as you do tendrils. Okay? Now, if you don't get to that ability to do that, then everything else is fucked. So it doesn't matter. So then you wouldn't improvise.
Right.
It would be better in your situation right here to just chain CC him, right? So deep impact, ice impact, and then continue on. Right? Because you're going to benefit more from practicing stun locking him than you are throwing a random tsunami. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something I did want to talk about. So any phase, I don't care what phase you're in. So right here, you have, I can't see this, but I think you're at 85 adren. And we use 2 basics. Don't do that. You gotta unload him because he's gonna sap your adrenaline, right? He's gonna take it all away. And then you're really gonna be fucked. Also, I want you to start vuln bombing on every phase, right? Vuln every phase. Dump adren on P3. And vuln every phase. Because this conch Debra does dog shit. So, whenever you get a beam on you and you have to do some kind of surge movement, whether it's the uppercut or it's the you fucked up a hold still, always surge into the beam. Do you know why?
Well, block it and benefit.
Yeah, you're gonna block it, right? So in this example, you would surge into it. I'm gonna go over some stuff in phase 3 now. You don't want to impact, right? We want to save our impact. Always bladed dive into the beam. Don't click into it. Essentially, what you're going to do is you're going to do 5 abilities. Well, technically, you're going to do 4. You'll do 4 abilities. That beam will show. You'll do your 5th ability, and then you'll already have bladed dive ready. Like your bladed dive should be ready when you're going to do your 5th ability. You should already have your click ready to bladed dive wherever the beam's at, especially at higher end rages, because if it spawns on top of them and you're too slow, he's going to do his triple explosion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So on your 4th ability, you should already have bladed dive active, ready to go. Just little
P4,
things. Right? Yeah, no, this is P3.
P3, okay.
And at P3, always get a G staff off at the very end, because your hammer is off, right? Because it's taking you too long. And then if you drop into phase 4 and you splash, that's really bad. It's going to fuck you up. So you always want to try to G staff at the end of P3. Now, what we want to do here on phase 4, watch your barge and then ice rack. You can literally ice rack right now. You're going to ice rack with your dual wields. You'll switch to a 2H and you could do ice corruption combustion, right? And then you're going to stun lock them in the normal stun lock where fix, 2-hit, deep impact, impact. But we don't do that, and he melees us. And again, right, I know you're practicing, but this stun rotation has to become memorized, right? It has to be a fix, and you have to chain it. Doing this one stun ability and then other basics, it's going to fuck you up, because at above 1,000%, he drops rocks on phase 4. And you can't have that. We waste wild magic, but that's okay. So, every time you come in the green beam, I want you to stand right here in this tile. Okay. Every time. Okay?
Yep.
That's the tile that you're going to go to 100% of the time. Now, we weren't even practicing how to deal with minions, and that'll come way later on. We just got to be able to survive you through the kills. And you should pray melee here. Always pray melee on with the minions. Okay, so what we can do here, we can do the slow rat 9000 method, right? The slow rat that 9000 methods means you come stand on this tile, you use devotion, you use anticipate, right, for the red guys, and you reapply buffs or debuffs, excuse me, on the boss. So Vuln Bomb, Smoke Cloud, you stand here. Once you do all that, you're gonna run deep into the font right here. That's where you'll plant. You practice that over and over, and then eventually we get to the point where we start freezing the minions and stepping away. So devoing here is a good call, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how many times the fonts hit?
No. I just stand in it until it's done.
They hit 4 times. Okay?
Okay.
3 of them are soft. 1 of them is hard. Do you know what that means?
It's just typeless hit.
These are typeless, yes. 3 of them are soft typeless. 1 of them is hard typeless.
The hard typeless hurts the most, or
no, soft typeless damage. So soft typeless. It can be mitigated. So, what mitigates damage?
Reflect.
Reflect. What else?
Debilitate.
Debil. Okay, what else?
Anticipate.
Anticipate. What
And
else?
Cade. Well,
Sure,
technically,
Cade.
well,
Cade can do it. Yes.
yeah.
What else?
Um, Resonance.
Rezo. What else?
Uh, Devotion.
Well, devotion only works with a type damage, so no. Right? Devotion only works with melee, range, or magic.
There's reprise. No, that's not reprisal. Revenge.
Nope. Revenge does not mitigate damage.
Uh
Shield Dome.
oh.
Those all reduce soft, typeless damage. And there's one more thing. You know what that is?
Intercept. Oh no. That
Disruption
uh
Shield.
this, ah
Okay? So you have 3 hits. The proper way to deal with them is be hit number 1, Rezo. And you might say, oh, Coach Pesto, how do I Rezo when the minions are hitting me? This is why you use Devotion right here. You Devotion, Pray Melee, right? So Devo plus Melee. And then you can Rezo the first hit. Hit number 2, Reflect. This is what you do on all the fonts. Hit number 3, Reflect again, right? Because it's continuing. And hit number 4, which is hard typeless damage. What blocks hard damage?
Disrupt shield.
Nope. It only blocks soft.
Oh, res.
There's only one ability in the game that blocks hard typeless damage.
I don't know.
Cade, Barricade.
Okay. Oh.
Cade blocks all damage, right?
Yeah.
So the 4th hit, we can't mitigate it, so we just have to take it to the face. But hit number 1, you can Rezo, and hit number 2 and 3, you'll reflect them. Make sense?
Yep.
And that'll save you because at 500%, the cap on the anima is 10,000 each. So that means if you don't mitigate any damage, you have to heal back 30k HP somehow.
Right.
How much Selfish do you have? 8, 9? How much do they heal?
2,400.
Yeah, so
200, 2,300, yeah, around there.
Yeah, so what's the math on that, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's not going to be enough.
Not going to be enough. So you have to learn to mitigate them properly. At 500%, it's the same until 4K. Also, one thing you got to work on, I don't know what your DPI is on your mouse, how fast your mouse moves, but your clicks are like all over. They're very inaccurate. So I would recommend lowering your DPI to be more accurate. I play with a really low DPI. I play with like 830 DPI, which is fucking low. You know what I mean? Right. So you saw that he broke his freedom, right?
Yeah.
You should be stun locking. Right? Stun locking, stun locking, stun locking, stun locking.
So you want me to like get down that memory when I'm X-fixing, I want to immediately follow up with a deep impact.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If your fucking stuns are up and you're learning this boss, you better stun lock them.
Okay.
Basically, until you get to the point where you're actually following the rotation properly, you just need to be stun locking him so he doesn't hit you, right? That's going to be imperative to you being able to do these kills.
Because obviously at higher enrage, that auto can kill me. Like one auto could be a detrimental.
Well, if you're only wanting to get to 2449 and camp 2449s, and you can take two max hit autos to the face and you'll live. If you have full HP, you can take 2 max hit autos.
Okay.
At about 2800 plus, if you get a max hit auto, you have to mitigate the second one. Otherwise, your gamble of just dying and falling over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At 4K, you can't take any autos back. Well, not even at 4K. About 3300, you can't take any autos back to back unless you're going to gamble, right?
Yeah.
It's
I
just
mean,
not. There's the risk of hitting you is just too hard.
yeah. Would you be able to coach speed of 4K?
I mean, once you can get to 2449, you can get to 2800. If you can get to 2800, you can do 4K.
Okay.
But your shit has to be spot on, and it'll just be a grind. You'll be learning how to deal with getting hit harder and harder, and you get used to it over time, and then you're able to push. But essentially, like theoretically speaking, if you can do 2700%, right? That's max tendrils.
Yeah.
That's 30,000 damage to break free of tendrils on phase 1. If you can do this in rage, you can learn how to do the rest.
Okay.
It's just going to come with being precise
Yeah.
and accurate and not making a mistake, right? That's the thing. When you get up to these kind of enrages, making mistakes is what gets you killed, and you can't make any mistakes.
Right.
2449, you can still make mistakes and you could still get the kills.
Okay. But I do see what you mean, though. It is a very tick intensive boss.
Yeah, I mean, and it all starts from P1. Like your P1 has to be solid. So, do you know the trick with like doing these surges?
I watched you briefly. I know it's like a very calculated search. It's obviously just a matter of executing it, then watching it.
So, do you know how you can deal with this? If you're not able to surge, do you know how you can deal with this hit?
Bladed dive or res.
Rezo or disrupt shield. Right? Let's say you really fuck it up. Fuck, I surged too early, or I surged too late, and I know I surged too late. You could still disrupt as you're surging, and it'll save you.
Okay.
Also, the trick, the visual cue. Right, so 1 auto, and 2 autos, 3. See the words above his head?
Yeah.
Go. The words drop, then you can go. Okay, that's your cue. Look for the words until you learn how to just feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this boss, you'll get to a point where you just start feeling how certain things work. You'll get a feel for the timer, and be consistent, right? You want to start getting consistent as you progress. All right, so you see what I mean? You were trying to bladed dive, and you were clicking on. You see how you have the font highlighted?
Yeah.
You're either gonna have to right click on the ground and bladed dive, or you're just gonna have to run there.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's just gonna fuck you. Or learning where you can click.
Right.
Because you can click slightly around it to bladed dive in. Oh, and this is where your brews weren't T-bone, right? Okay. This can be refined, but this is the good concept, right? We want to. You see how we did that? We really didn't let him auto us.
Yeah.
That's where you want to get to. But see, even at this enrage, bro, you see how you haven't really mitigated the fonts and you just drained your fucking food bank?
Yeah.
Yeah. But essentially, yes. So in the fonts, let's go back to the first one. P4, okay, so P1 and P4 are going to be the hardest phases to learn because they revolve heavily around executing things timely and perfectly on a tick base, okay?
Yeah.
They're going to be the biggest struggle because what we want to do is, one, we never want him to do a special attack because then he'll drop rocks above 1,000%. And what you want to do is you just want to get in the habit of not dealing with that. So always, right? I think I already talked about this, but I'll say it again. Always run deep into the font. Deep, 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 right here.
Okay.
There's other tiles you can stand on that replicate the same thing and make the minion stack. But I'm just telling you how I do it, and I stand on this tile.
Right.
So Telos is preparing to launch an anima bomb, right? You see that text?
Yeah.
You wait one tick and you throw your abilities right before he stands up. So you see how you've registered the hits? Essentially, what we're going to do in the future is you're going to ice on this font, you're going to ice Deado and Wild Magic all on the same game tick. You're going to do all three of those things because one, you're going to break his freedom, you're going to do a shit ton of damage, and then we can stun lock him.
Okay.
So when he comes up out of the font like this, we should already be stun locking him, right? We shouldn't let him hit us. And that's what you want to aim for. You do a pretty good job on font 2. It can be refined greatly, but you had the right concept. Okay, so we target Telos. You see how you've already done damage to him?
Yeah.
On font 2, what you're going to do is you're going to Omni plus Ice. So we break his freedom, we Omni him, and then you can stun lock.
Font 2 is Omni. And what else?
You're going to Omni Ice.
Okay.
See if I can find a...
I'm writing. I'm taking notes while you're explaining to me. That's why.
Trying to see. I have a... You can still see my screen.
Yeah.
You see how I've already hit him before he's even landed?
Yeah.
I'm already attacking
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And I ice corruption. He only hit me one time, right? Okay, watch where I stand. Every kill, I'm on that tile, right? Target Telos, and look, watch. I'm popping up. I'm using ice. Do you see the little ice particles right here?
Yeah.
Plus Deado, plus Wild Magic. So I did all three of those. He still hasn't auto me, and I can immediately stun lock him. So I stunned him and surge at the same time. And look, we're stun locking, okay? Like I said, you come over here, you're going to use Devotion.
Did you
See
wait?
that?
Did you just did you just two tick X fix?
You
I
always
just
two hit it, yeah.
yeah I just saw it really fast. That's why. Okay. So why do you stand out there? Like, is it for the search? Like
Well,
outside the font?
yeah. So the font's a square essentially, right? So the image is a circle, but everything
Yeah.
in video games are polygons, right? So it's actually a square. So
Right.
that's why it looks like I'm out of the circle, but I'm not. I'm in this invisible square of it.
Oh.
That's why it
Okay.
counts.
Gotcha.
Now, if I was on this tile, whoops. If I was on this tile, I would be counted outside of the font.
Okay.
But this corner, these corners, well, over here, if you had land over here, you know what I mean? These corners are counted as inside the font. And the reason why I'm standing here is because it gives me the perfect angle when I surge to land over here. So I'm just keeping space between me and the minions. Right, so I stun them, and I surge, because you can surge on global cooldown. And then look, see that?
Yeah.
One, I had already HP capped them, and I tsunami here just so I can build adrenaline. That's it. But look, you'll see what I do. So I melee, and look what pops up. Devotion. Right?
Right.
Look, I reapply buffs, dissipate, smoke cloud, vuln bomb, and look, deepen the font. Now watch. Rezo the first hit, I healed a 4, right? So I rezoed, and then I revenge, and I'll reflect. Actually, I didn't reflect here, probably because I was still on cooldown and I couldn't wait. That's fine. You could eat through one font. It's no big deal. So Telos is preparing an anima bomb. I've already iced him to break his freedom. And I'm omniing as he's popping up. So that last ice, you see that last ice just hit him?
Yeah.
And then Omni's going to hit, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to impact. So impacted, he's stunned, and then we just affix. And we pop a G-Staff off. That's where you want to get to, right? We should be blasting him as he's coming up to hit us, and then immediately stun locking him on each of these fonts.
Okay.
Thing. So I want you to do is this. Precise clicks, right? Click properly, know exactly where you need to click. Replicate, make every kill the same, okay? Practice your stun rotation. So that's going to be a fix, 2 hitting it, deep impact, ice impact. Okay? P1, you'll get there on the phasing once you like follow the actual rotation. But this is what's going to help you. And then doing more at once. So meaning if you got a freedom and surge, you're going to do those on the same game tick. If you got a freedom and pray melee, you need to do that at the same time. We can't be slow at this boss because being slow will get us killed. Also, we're going to G-Staff end of P3 and P2, and then you're going to vuln every phase. Work on those. You'll work on all of those things, right? Practice them over and over and over, and you'll probably start climbing. And then you'll get to a point where you hit a wall, and then you got to fine tune something else. But these are going to be your core of getting better at this boss.
Okay.
Doing the same thing over and over to replicate your muscle memory, and then actually properly stunning him. Any questions before we end this?
No. Nope.
Nothing?
Nothing.
All right, man. Well, shoot me a message. Do it for a couple weeks, and then see how well you do.
Sounds good.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Yep.